got his back to the wall. He caught it! Richie caught the ball!
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of Houston County News. I'm messenger reporter Greg Ritchie. I think I am. And it's nice to have you along with us this week. We've got a fun show for you today. We're going to see some scenes from the Juneteenth parade that happened this past week. Also, Madi Burleson from Lovelady heading off to the big college level to play some softball. She's going to stop by. And Crockett Police Department here to talk about the latest in this recent shooting down on MLK. And we've got a lot going on in the show. We want to say good morning to Miss Shelby Smith. Shelby, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Greg?
Well, you were telling me something before the show that I kind of want to talk about. So you've done some time at like local schools, some homeschool time, so you kind of know, I guess, both of those worlds.
Yes, sir.
But you were telling me you were struggling, and a lot of people out there are going to have the same reaction I did, say, wait, what? You needed to get something done, and you're thinking, why did they never teach me how to do this in school? Tell us what you were trying to do.
So, the county fair was a couple months ago. We're all getting our fair checks back. Well, in order to get your checks, you have to turn in your thank you notes to all your buyers and people that put add-ons.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to address a letter, so I had to look up a picture on how to write addresses, and nobody told me you had to go buy stamps. I thought they put that on there.
So, when you say address a letter, you mean the envelope, write somebody's address?
Just everything.
You had never done that before?
No.
And didn't know you need a little stamp on there?
I didn't. I thought the post office did that when they sent it out.
Just for free?
I also did not know stamps were like actually more than 10 cents a piece.
Yeah, no, they ain't cheap. And, and I still pay a lot of my bills. I write out a physical check, tear it off the little thing, put it in an envelope, put the stamp on it. So, see, to a guy my age, that's hilarious. Because that's like if I told you, what is TikTok? I've never heard of, you would just go, what? But I suppose you're right. They don't teach those skills. I think most adults kind of just assume, but you have no reason to have ever sent a letter. Your mom took the letters to Santa Claus. It's not like you went to the post office and put a stamp on them. What about like balancing a checkbook? Do you even know what that means?
I don't, but I did just learn the other day how to work the receipt books where you write and it transfers to the other paper. That was cool. That's
pretty cool. Well, that's a new technology, the carbon copy. That's older than I am. So, golly, that is funny. Well, I know a lot of adults that can't. So basically, and we say a checkbook, but it's really more than that. It's also about like a debit card. So basically, I write a check to you for $10. Mm-hmm. Well, you may wait a week or two to take that to the bank and get your $10. But I better make note that I gave you that check for $10 because I may think I have $100 in there, but I've really only got $90 because at some point you're going to take that check in. So if I write a $100 check to this guy, one of those checks ain't going to go through because there's not enough money. Right? And I know you have your own business, going to do more of your own business is crucial skill, balancing the books and making sure it's all,
See, I think that's what threw me off because I ship out packages and those don't need stamps, so I just forgot they existed.
Right. Well, you know what you should do? You should get a pen pal. Folks, if you want to be Shelby's pen pal and make her spend money on stamps, I would find that somehow hilarious. Every week she'd have to go down to the post office and no type it on the computer and print it out. We want handwritten letters.
I don't know how to work my computer.
Okay, well then we'll be fine. They'll all be nice and handwritten. So we'll put an address right there, our P.O. box, and send Shelby a letter, and you'll have pen pals, and you'll get used to it.
When they send me one, I'll just read the address and go drop it off.
You just read the...
so then I don't need to address the letter or buy a stamp.
Well, no, if you write them back...
I just go put it in their mailbox.
Oh, you would just take it literally to their house? Yeah. Well, that costs more than the 50 cents for a stamp. You know what? You've got it all figured out, and I'm here for it. Well, folks, thanks for watching. We got a great show for you, and it begins right after this.
This morning's edition of Houston County News is brought to you by Darling Ingredients, supporting our local ag, youth, and youth programs. By Davy Crockett Grill, comfort you can taste. By Houston County Electric Co-op, power for your way of life. By the Houston County Hot Tax Funds, promoting tourism and economic growth in Houston County. By the Houston County Public Information Project, and by Dr. Mike McLeod and the good people at Texas Family Doctor.
It seems like just about everybody makes a burger these days. If you can call them burgers. At Davy Crockett Grill, we make Davies. Single, double, the full pound Mr. Crockett, even a ribeye Davy. In fact, we cook up more goodness on a bun than anyone around. 'Cause at Davy Crockett Grill, these Davies are just the first bite of comfort you can taste. Davy Crockett Grill, where summer gets tasty.
Well, folks, a new segment we're going to introduce this morning to you on the old show. Let's do a few headlines, and for that, let's say good morning to Shelby. Shelby, what's in the news?
Thank you, Greg. In the news this week, county commissioners have set a meeting next Tuesday to discuss a proposal from a company looking to open a data center in Houston County. The meeting will be at 9 a.m. in downtown Crockett. We have a full report in this morning's newspaper. Crockett ISD has announced a clear bag policy beginning this fall at the junior high and high school. All bags must be made from clear plastic, vinyl, or PVC. Also, one clear water bottle or tumbler will be allowed. In sports, Crockett 15U softball girls are district champs headed to state. The Grapeland 8U girls are also heading to state after fighting back in last weekend's tournament. And if you haven't noticed, our very own Waterman has his own Facebook page. Make sure and follow him and his weird, sometimes cringy life. More Houston County news is coming up next.
Well, folks, we sure appreciate you watching Houston County News, and to be honest, we couldn't do it without you. In fact, we've created a nonprofit organization to support the show. It's called the Houston County Public Information Project, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Now, if you'd like to help keep the show going or help us in our long-term mission to promote arts, writing, music, and other forgotten talents amongst our youth, you can help out by sending a donation to P.O. Box 1125 in Crockett. Now, we're grateful for any donation, any amount, but any donation over $50, we'd like to send you a personalized certificate thanking you for your support. If you have questions or would like more information, please reach out and contact us. And thank you again from all of us here for supporting local journalism, local media, and local art. And bless you for helping us keep this going.
Well, folks, of course, I've talked about it here on the show a little bit and also in the Messenger newspaper. A couple things I want to talk about. The county commissioners are, in fact, having a data center meeting this coming Tuesday, 9 o'clock in the morning, right over here in the county annex. That's a building where you pay like your car tax and sticker and that kind of stuff. The door right next to it, that's a little county room. I fear or hope or think or whatever you want to say, they might move it next door to the bigger community room if there's a lot of people showing up. It is a public meeting, and kudos to our commissioners for making sure that it's a public meeting. There's no non-disclosure agreements, nothing hidden, no executive session. They're going to debate this in open meeting. They might move it up to the top of the meeting. As it stands right now, it looks like it's going to be maybe 30, 40 minutes in to the meeting. But if you've never been to a county commissioners meeting, they're pretty interesting. some of the issues they deal with and kind of how they interact. And if you've never seen your county commissioner, the judge, the other county commissioners kind of in action, it's pretty cool to see.
Your Houston County Electric Cooperative is in the final stages of its massive construction project in order to serve our members better. Our entry is now near the HCEC sign, where you'll find our drive-through window. Since 1939, HCEC has brought reliable energy to every corner of our area, supported by our members and our brave linemen working through the weather to keep the lights on. We are your Houston County Electric Co-op, providing power for your way of life.
Well, folks, as promised, we've got Detective Kerri Bell from Crockett Police Department joining us this morning. Thank you for getting up so early and doing this with us. Detective, so I know there's an ongoing investigation. There's probably a lot of moving parts. Maybe some you can talk about, some you can't. But I guess just to kind of understand what happened here, there was a big block party, this Hood Day, I think they call it. They do it every year, massive turnout, and what happened from there?
Okay. Yes, there was a big incident. So on Saturday, I believe June the 13th at approximately 10:20 p.m., there were reports of shots being fired in the area of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and about the 1100 block. Officers responded to that incident and indeed found out that a shooting had happened and that multiple civilians had been struck by gunfire.
So I know it sounds like CPD was sort of in and out patrolling, all evening and into the night or day or whatever. But
Yes.
When they got there, the shooting had stopped. They didn't engage or anything like that.
That is correct. No officers were engaged in any shooting of any kind. Any suspects involved in the shooting on MLK were already gone prior to our officers' arrival, and our officers attempted to locate any suspects on scene, however, wound up rendering aid to the injured.
And I get obviously the injured, thank God there was no life-threatening or they got them there in time because they have all survived. Do we know if any are in any critical condition?
Everybody is in stable condition, last I've been told.
Okay. Now, just before we get further into that, Chief Smith put out a statement about 4 victims of gunshots and 2 that were hit by a car. But the way I understand it, those are actually separate incidents. Is that correct?
Yes, a little bit. So the actual alleged shooting that occurred, incident for 4 official confirmed shooting victims. All are stable, non-life-threatening injuries. While on scene, trying to deal with it and trying to clear out persons, a second incident that's being investigated by another person, another officer, for an auto pedestrian accident that struck 2 persons.
Okay. So the way I originally read it in my brain was maybe the suspects fleeing the scene. Okay. So
no, that's not that. It's completely it was the same area, but a completely separate incident.
Okay. And those people are also in stable condition, no serious injuries there either, as far as you know?
Well, last I heard, one of them is fairly serious, but I don't have an updated condition on that person that I could release right now.
Well, now here comes the part where you can tell me to shut up at any point because I don't know what I don't know, so I'll just start to ask my silly questions.
Okay.
You and I have talked before about how you do your job and how cameras and every little bit kind of goes into the hopper and it all starts, you get sort of a pattern. But theoretically, where do you even start with something like this? I guess witnesses, maybe.
Witnesses, canvassing, and physical evidence on scene is usually your priority to start with when you're right there, and then you just follow it from there.
Now, without giving anything away, I know it's still a very hot, ongoing investigation. From what I understand from the witnesses anyway, these weren't locals. This was some kind of group from out of town. Can we confirm that?
I can't confirm much, but right now our understanding is the majority of them are not locals.
Well, as far as the investigation goes, the chief was very clear. We're not going to say a whole lot until we have some things happen, and that's we respect that, of course. But as far as the investigation is going, how can I even ask you this, Detective? I don't even know how to say it.
I I have an answer for
Is
you.
it going well?
So basically the way I put it right now, there is a lot of things that I cannot talk about due to the integrity of the investigation and the way it's evolving. That I do not feel comfortable sharing too many details. However, I can tell you and tell the community that the investigation is moving forward in a positive direction as far as the investigation is concerned.
Yes, ma'am.
And we are making progress. Now, we may not been able to confirm that to the public a whole lot lately,
Right.
because we are concentrating so hard on the case and investigating, but we are making very good progress in it.
Well, I appreciate you letting us know that, because I know
Mhm.
people oftentimes, as I'm sure you know as well, get sort of frustrated. And,
I
it's
know.
already been 2 days. How come they haven't solved that murder? And you say, well, things sort of take time and you're not really able to talk much about it. But I think in the beginning we were all worried that it was some sort of domestic or, local resident
Mhm.
sort of gone crazy. But again, this is just unconfirmed witness reports. It almost seems like this was an imported problem between imported people, even to that degree.
And then that's the way it's looking at the moment. Again, there's still a lot in the investigation that we have to go through to really, focus on that. I guess you would say that, what is the word I'm looking for? That scenario that everybody thinks is kind of what, what's floating around.
Sure, sure.
But what I can tell you also is that our community has been fabulous in helping me, talking with me, giving me information, and I haven't found anything thus far to have reason to believe that our community had any ill intent locally.
Well, that's good to hear. Detective Bell, I know you're coming off, what, a couple weeks basically with no break. So
Just about almost 2 weeks.
please go get your you on and enjoy and be safe. And please come back and update us when there's
I will.
something.
I hope to put another update, a pretty significant one. I hope so in the near future. If everybody can just, be understanding, but I am working on it as headstrong as I can.
Well, we certainly appreciate it. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Nothing in nature is wasted. Every atom of every living thing is reused again and again. We apply this same circularity to industry, taking materials that would otherwise be wasted and transforming them into hundreds of valuable ingredients that the world depends on daily. The best way to protect nature is to act like nature. At Darling Ingredients, that's exactly what we do.
Well, folks, good morning and welcome back to the show. And I'm actually speaking to you from the past. It's actually Saturday morning. We got these terrible storms outside, and a few cars went off the road and flash flood warning. So there was no way in the world I was going to make our next guest this morning, Miss Madi Burleson, drive all the way in from her house to downtown Crockett. So we're doing something new. And Maddie, us kids, the young folk, we like to call this a Zoom call.
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with these?
Yes, sir. I've done one of these before.
Well, I'm not. So if this never airs, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Now, Maddie, we had you in the newspaper last week. Gonna go play some college softball, and we're all really proud and excited of you. But let's start at the beginning and work our way there. Tell us about yourself. You just graduated Lovelady High School. Let us get to know you a little better.
Yes, sir. Well, my name's Madi Burleson. I graduated Lovelady High School. I'm really big into FFA. I've done it all 4 years of my high school career. That FFA and agriculture with the animals has also shaped me into who I am today. I have a passion for that.
Now, hang
I
on. When you
played.
say you were in FFA, you were like
Yes,
in
sir.
FFA. I mean, you won all the awards. You were like a major or captain or something, right?
Yes, sir. So I was a recipient of the FFA Lone Star degree and the Star Chapter Award. I was the top fundraiser sales for all the fundraisers we did, so I got a buckle with it for a prize.
Yeah.
I competed on the FFA horse judging team. I was on the quiz bowl team, and then I donated stuff with the FFA organization that we did. So I was So I was really involved in it, and I showed animals all 4 years of it. But my senior year, I did 4 animals. So I
What
talked to her
animals?
for
What were the four animals?
cattle, so heifer, steer, lamb, and goat.
What's the hardest animal to show?
Probably cattle. I mean, I mean, they'll walk good, but if sometimes they'll try to get ahead of you, and so
They're
you really
so
have to
dumb
have.
sometimes. I was at the Lovelady calf sale maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I remember the kid's name, but I'm not going to say her name. But she was crying. She was so angry at her heifer. I just crying. She was so glad when they took the picture and she gave it to the buyer, and she was like, "Oh." So I know that. I mean, most of the time you kind of fall in some kind of love with an animal, but not always, right?
Yes, sir. So
So,
yeah.
Lovelady, high school, obviously very good grades. What were your favorite subjects? What were you really good at?
I would say I was really good at reading. So, because math, I mean, I got better at math as it went, but I've always struggled in it, and it's not been my thing. But
Right. I wouldn't have told you this a year or two ago, but now that you're graduated, math, when I was a young kid, my second grade teacher said, Greg, you have to learn math. What do you think? You're going to grow up and there's just going to be some magic computer in your pocket that'll do math for you? Well, as it turns out, yes, there is. So I hear you on math. There'll always be somebody that can do the math for you. Just go be famous and whatever. Now, softball. So this is not your first rodeo. You've been doing softball from T-ball and summer leagues. And tell us kind of how this developed.
so I've been playing softball ever since t-ball since I was little, and at first I was like, oh, this is really fun. Like I want to do this. Like I want to keep doing this.
And
And
then they
then
took the T away, and you're like, whoa, this is hard.
Right, yes, sir. Well, as I got more into it, I became more competitive into it, and I really thought, oh, I think I want to go further into this into college. And so, as I was growing up, my parents would take me to like these college games, and I would watch some TV, and I was like, I want that to be me one day. So I worked my butt off, and I play on a travel team year all round, and we go to
Wow.
showcases, and we went to one and at Fort Worth actually at Texas Wrestling, but like we didn't play the actual Texas Wrestling school. We just played
You're there
other
part of your
travel.
own, yeah.
Right. Yes, sir. And we were playing on the travel team, and the coaches happened to be sitting there watching, and the coach for Texas Wrestling told my coach for the travel team, "Hey, I really like her. I want to talk to her." So afterwards,
Now,
I
can
talked to
I
her.
don't mean to interrupt you, but can I ask a question?
Yes,
You
sir.
had no idea the coaches were in the stands. You didn't wake
Yes,
up
sir.
early that day, little extra this, little extra this, little extra. Like that was a total surprise?
Yes, sir. Well, not that one, but apparently there were like five more games before that they were at that I didn't know of, and that's what
They,
led to me
they had
getting.
their eye on you. Wow.
Yes,
Well, that
sir.
must have felt kind of good, right?
It did.
Yeah. Well, what
'Cause,
happened
yeah.
when you met with the coach? How did that go?
So I talked to her, and she had me and my whole well, she had me and my whole family there, and we all talked to her, and she said, Maddie, I can help you with your skills, and we can work on that, but what I can't teach is heart for the game, and that's what you have. You have a passion for the game, and I love that. Absolutely love that about you, and I want that on my team.
Well, I'm going
And
to tell you
so,
something, young lady. The coach is absolutely right. And I will warn you right now, and I think you already know this, but that applies to everything in life, not just sports. The only jobs I've ever failed at were jobs that I hated. Somehow the jobs you enjoy doing, you do really well, and you get a promotion and more money, and you go, "Wow, this is really easy," because you like it. And
yes,
so whatever
sir.
you do, if you keep your heart sort of, leading the way, and make sure if you're going to do it, you're all in, then you're going to be pretty good. So as it turns out, they said, "Why don't you come study over here and play a bit of softball, right?"
Yes, sir. And I feel like softball has also taught me to be a leader and be more responsible and to take action and discipline. So,
Well, there are a lot of things in life that don't show, right?
people
Yes,
didn't
sir.
see you getting up early and going to two-a-days and all the hard work that I know you must have done.
Yes,
But it
sir.
shows when you're on that field. It
Yes,
shows
sir.
when you catch that ball or get that
Mhm.
extra base hit or um well, that's amazing. How are you? So you're a couple months, I guess, away from
Yes, sir.
how are you
I
feeling
move.
about
I
being a
move in
high school
August
grad about to go
20th.
to college?
I'm excited, but I'm kind of nervous because I'll be away from home.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm excited, but we'll see. So it's coming up quick because I move in August 20th.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
it's coming up.
Now, do you know who you're going to be, like your roommate's going to be? Because that's a big problem.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. So actually, it's kind of funny because my roommate is so me and her are basically the same person, or I feel like we are, because she plays on the same travel team that I'm on,
Oh,
and
okay.
so
Oh,
she's
well,
committed
gosh.
to the she's
Okay. I thought you were going
committed
to be
to
stuck in
the
there with some, evil New Yorker or something going, "Welcome to the dorm," and you go, "Oh no,
right.
mama."
Yes, sir.
Well,
Well, she shows cattle too, and she wants to
okay,
be a
okay.
vet. So we're gonna major in the same thing. So
So it's really going to be you two as the mean girls against everybody else teaming up and um
right.
well, I think that's good. A lot of kids, I wanted to get far, far away from home after high school, prove I'm a grown man and I could do it and I don't need mom and dad. And, then one day the light bill comes and you go, you have to pay for electricity? Mom and dad never told me that. Um, and all my dirty clothes, and they go and wash them myself. What? But Fort Worth sounds like it'll be just far enough for you to kind of find your adult self and grow into that, but also still come home on the weekends and see your
Right.
friends and
Yes,
your
sir.
family, right?
Yes, sir. Well, thankfully, everything that's like food wise and Walmart and grocery stuff is close to me. So, and then the
Right.
stockyards are like 5 minutes from
Oh,
me.
that's going to
So,
be great. Well, I love when they pass the bowls to. Well, the last question is, you talked to me about your coaches and teachers and all that kind of stuff, but I know there were two other things that played a big role in your life, and I want you to be able to mention them. One is family, and
yes,
the other
sir.
is God. And I
Yes,
know
sir.
that both of those have played such a big role in who you are and who
Mhm.
you're going to be. Tell us about that before we let you go.
So my family has played a big part in my life. They've been for me this. They've been there for me since day one. They spent countless hours traveling and driving me to my games and stuff, and they've always been supportive and just be like, "Hey, you got this." So,
Well, I'm sorry we couldn't meet you in person this morning. I had an idea for a joke. And
yes,
remember, I
sir.
asked you to bring a softball with you?
Hmm.
So the joke was going to be, I would say, Maddie, now wait a minute. Can you really throw a softball fast and, accurate and everything? So you're going to say, well, of course I can. And I was going to get at the end of a long haul with a target, right? And we were going to
Hmm.
see you throw the ball and see the target almost just disintegrate, just bullseye, right?
Yes, sir.
And I was going to grab a new target and say, I bet you can't do that two times in a row. And we were going to look at your face and you just go, and this time you throw the ball and it hits. You guessed it, didn't you? Did you already guess it? Me right in the
No.
face, immediate black eye. And I say, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Another one, maybe take out a tooth. And my thought was the joke would end with you going, I'm not that accurate just with softballs. I'm that accurate with bowling balls too. Get 1 second. And you go like you're gonna get a bowling ball, and then we cut. And that was the joke that I wanted to do. And
That's good.
before you go off to college, even though I just ruined it and spoilerized it, maybe we'll get together, do it one day anyway.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
God bless you. It was such a pleasure to talk
Yes,
to you
sir.
the other
Well,
day for the paper
also,
and this morning. And hey, you've
well,
got
before we hang
hey,
up,
do what now?
before we hang up, I
Yeah,
forgot to mention something with faith and like how I talked about God has played a big part in my life
please, of
before we go.
course.
But God has always been a part of my life, and I know with Him, like this, like I can do anything, and with Him, there's nothing that's not possible because He's there for you. And so I just, with His strength, has also helped me into a better player too, to be like, hey, God's here for you, you got this, and to encourage other people and to live in His faith. So,
You know, as a Christian, you sometimes go through different phases. Um, and college can be a challenging time for your spirituality because there's new people and new things, and you're busier than ever, and there's new ideas.
Even a good Texas conservative school is going to have a nutty professor or two with some crazy ideas and all the rest. But he never forgets about us.
Right.
That makes
Yes, sir.
sense. Even though sometimes we look and we say, I could have prayed about that. I could have asked God about that. I tried to do it all on my own and I failed. Lesson learned, just like me, I had big plans for this whole day. And then I looked at the sky and I thought, God has a plan. Keep him close to you, young lady, and everything will work out, even when it doesn't seem like it is,
Yes, sir. Well,
Real
thank
pleasure to
you
talk
so
to you.
much.
Hey, text me, call me next year once you get established. Let us know how you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Send us some game pics, whatever you want to do,
Well,
okay?
thank you so much for taking your time out of the day or the morning to do this for me.
Thank you, Ms. Burleson. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Houston County, Texas is a lot of things. It's our amazing cities and towns, Davy Crockett National Forest, and our fields and streams. It's cattle and lumber, manufacturing and tech support. It's national brands and mom and pops. It's our churches and it's our schools. For many of us, Houston County is home. Come visit us and see for yourself what makes this place special. Houston County, first in Texas history, first in our heart. Have you already chosen a gift for your dad?
I am. I'm gonna fill my gas tank up and go visit him.
Now wait a minute. He doesn't watch the show, does he? We're worried about a spoiler of the present. Shelby's dad, just tune out for the next 20 seconds.
I picked what we're doing. He knows.
Oh, here
I
it
had
is.
to pick the day too.
I see. You know what? That is actually a very nice gift. Because if you think about it, most dads just want to see their kids and hang out. And especially, he lives, an hour away or so, or 40 minutes, whatever it is. Well, I've already gotten my dad a gift too. I don't want to say what it is, just because he's already got a few of these. But I think an extra sock, I couldn't find the complete pair, but I found one. And yes, I washed it first.
Is this the one I crocheted?
No, I did try and put that in the washing machine. It came out about that big. It looked like a blue Cheeto. But I do appreciate the effort, though.
Thanks for tuning in for this week's Houston County News. See you next time.
Which is the right city charter? Which map will mend my heart? Which is the right city charter? Where do the promises start? I count the years like broken clocks waiting for the part. 1899, 1933, 1968, 1977.